excited to be here with you guys. And we are talking about the power of life and death is in the tongue. And it is such it was a memorable call for me on whenever we got to that week in our program. And so I think it will be for you guys tonight. And we look forward to spending some time with you guys. So before we do that, let's hop on the scale.
Jewel Tabor, 280.2.
Heather in 177.8.
Mary Starr, 138.6.
Catherine, 220.2.
Judy Simpson, 152.2.
Trisha, 225.2.
Decibel Alejo 174.5.
Stacy, 240.2.
For Strickland, 156.2.
Bianca Barra, 175.2.
Carmen Afia, 178.2.
All right, so now I'm going to turn it over to Kim G. I think her name says Reginald, but that's her hubby. So turn it over to Kim G to go over the standings.
Hi, season 7. I've been so excited to meet all of you, and I actually see some familiar faces. I see Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Dr. Mary and Afia. Afia was my mentor this season. So yeah, really excited to meet everyone. And are you guys ready for some standings? So coming in 12th place, we have Trisha down 3.6 pounds, 1.56%. In 11th place, we have Jennifer down 4.8 pounds, 2.98%. In 10th place, we have Bianca down 5.9 pounds, 3.25%. In 9th place, Adesawa down 6.3 pounds, 3.48%. In 8th place, Heather down 6.8 pounds, 3.68%. In 7th place, Paula down 7.1 pounds, 4.23%. In 6th place, Afia down 8 pounds, 4.29%. In 5th place, we have Catherine down 10.2 pounds, 4.42%. In 4th place, Mary Starr down 6.9 pounds, 4.74%. In 3rd place, Joel down 14.8 pounds, 5.01%. In 2nd place, Judy down 9.4 pounds, 5.81%. And in coming in number 1, 1st place, Stacy down 15.4 pounds, 6.02%. Awesome job, guys. These numbers are amazing. So total lost is 17.3 pounds last week. So awesome job, guys. And there's a couple other things on here. So, and this is the alumni versus the new people. So alumni have lost 43.5 pounds for a total of 3.46%. And the newbies have lost 55.7 pounds for a total of 4.95%. Good job, guys. That is so amazing. So as Allison said, we are going to be the topic tonight is life and death is in the power of the tongue. And so we have a few of our cast members are going to be speaking on that tonight. And I have the honor of introducing the next speaker, which is Dan the Man.
First of all, I just want, oh, look at that. First of all, I just want to say congratulations to all of you. Holy cow, that's unbelievable. That's amazing. And I gotta be honest, like Allison said this in the beginning, you know, first of all, I was like, when this week happened, I'm like, where the heck is Carmen, right? What are all these people going to teach me? I want Carmen. I want like the A team. So, but you got the A team today with my season. I'm gonna let you know that right now. No knock on Carmen, but I did think that. But again, what that goes back into is the thought process. So we're going to talk about life or death and the power of the tongue, but I'm going to change it up a little bit and talk about life or death and the power of the mind. So here's a quote to start with. When your brain tells you you are done, you're only 40% done. That's Jesse Itzler. So question, show of hands. How many of us have had negative thoughts or mindsets during diet or health programs that we've tried in the past? Okay. How many of us have had these thoughts or mindsets during those past programs and achieved our goals? Good job, Judy. What about maintaining their goals? Right? And okay, I got another question here. Sorry, I love questions, but how many of us have had negative thoughts or mindsets during the biggest transformation? Yeah. And that's what I really want to talk about is, you know, what can we do when these thoughts creep in? If this is too hard, I can't do this. I can't eat this. I miss drinking. Just one more cookie, just one chip. All my friends are drinking. All my friends have tableside guacamole. I'm just drinking water. What do we do with that mindset? And I got to tell you, that's what I'm passionate about on this. I still battle these thoughts every single day. Right? We just had a call from our from a season 4 alumni. And she was talking about she's been doing it over a year and she still battles these thoughts. And this woman lost 100+ pounds and she's still battling them. So what can we arm ourselves with? Because we can't stop these thoughts from coming, right? So what can we arm ourselves with to battle them back? And that's really what I'm kind of passionate about in general. And I think my season will tell you about this, but I battle this and my mindset has been my greatest takeaway of this program. I mean, I'm at like 59.6 pounds. I can't hit 60 pounds yet. I can't see, I said I can't, I'm still battling. I haven't hit 60 pounds yet. But the mindset there is I'm going to do it. But despite almost being at 60 pounds, the biggest takeaway I've had from this program has been my mindset and how much that's improved in focusing on the things I need to focus on. So, you know, another quote, the mind is just like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets and the more it can expand. I'm going to butcher this name. Adowu Koyenepki. Okay. So we exercise our bodies every single day, except for our rest days. We exercise them every single day. What are we doing to exercise our minds? To make sure these doubts aren't creeping in. So I would hope to leave you with some things that I do, and I will also give you a little plug. So my wife is also a psychologist, but she focuses on children, so it's like perfect for me. But what we can do and exercises that we can do to help battle these thoughts. So these are doubt tactics that I use, and we need to practice these tactics every single day because we exercise every single day, and they battle and fight us, and they want us to be, you know, Carmen says fluffy. They want us, you know, they want us to go back to our old habits. So the tactics I use, number one, ask for help. I learned this too late in life. Ask for help, ask for help. Ask your team, ask Carmen, ask your support system, ask your spouses, your partners, recognize when you're struggling. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I did this last night with my spouse. I said, gee, what, you know, I need a little talk. You know, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. And again, it's because I was battling that mindset. So ask for help is the number one thing I can say to do. Don't think you're in this all alone. remember, what is my why? Why did I do this? The why should be mostly about you, like why Dan Martin chose to do this. Why is it important for me to do this? If you're doing this for someone else, it is a lot harder to maintain this. Your natural defense that you have kind of like a mantra. You have these 3 or 4 thoughts that are programmed in that because that these same thoughts keep creeping in. So it's like one I use is I'm tired. So that's a thought that pops in my head. So what do I use to counteract that? No, I have the opportunity to do this. Not many people do. My mother just had a knee replacement. She can't do this right now. And she's saying the word can't, but it's right now, it's temporary. What are my goals? Again, it all goes back to bringing back to me. What are my goals? And then celebrate our non-scale victories, folks. We talk about that in my group a lot, or even if we don't see the droppage, what are we doing? And remember these things so that when these thoughts battle and enter your mind, remember you're worth it. You can do this in your mind. So, get these going.
Hi, everybody. Dan, that was great. I wanted to hear that. I needed to hear that too. What I'm going to talk to you about tonight is the power of your words in your group and your Marcos. Somebody comes on Friday and pictures are due for Saturday morning for Carmen. How do you remind everybody? What do you say to the group?
I let everybody know that I did it. I do mine on Friday, so they're done early. And I always tell everybody when I did them.
All right. Anybody else?
Just a reminder, it's time to get our photos in.
Reminder. Okay, that's a good one. One of the ones that came up for us a lot is don't forget to send your pictures in. And what does that do when we say that? The first thing you do is you forget. And that happened this weekend. My dad left his phone in a restaurant and he called my son and said, go get my phone. So son couldn't do it. So I went and got it. And I called him and said, because he was going to take it to him. And I said, don't forget to come by and get your granddad's phone so you could take it to him. He lives next door. Guess what he forgot? So it's the positive tone in it. When you say don't, automatically your brain starts processing, I'm not supposed to forget something. What am I not supposed to forget? And then you forget it anyway. So let's use our words and do it in a positive tone so we're always remembering to do things. Remember to send your pictures in. Remember your homework. Say it in a positive way, because the more positive you are on your calls or your Marcos to each other, the more positive influence you'll have on each other during the day. And I think that's what keeps me going. And yes, at the beginning with Marcos, I was not very enthusiastic with Marcos because I don't like to get in front of or talk a whole lot in front of other people, especially about this subject, because it's very gut-wrenching when you're the sides and you're trying to lose weight. But the more positive you are and the more uplifting and encouraging you are to everybody else, you don't know how much you're going to change them for that day. So remember, when you get on there in the morning, try not to be a Debbie Downer. Get in there and lift everybody up, because if you're down, you might bring somebody else down when they're having a bad day. Just try to get in there and be as uplifting and as positive. Bring those words of affirmation to everybody. I'm so excited for all of you, and congratulations on your weight loss this week. And I think we are now going to Tawana.
Well, hello, season 7. It is a pleasure to be here on this evening. Dan, Shelley, Kim, Allison, awesome job that you guys have done and is doing. So this is one of my favorite subjects, topic to talk about: death and life are in the power of the tongue. something I had to work on and worked on it, been working on it over years, but definitely since being in this group, because that is truly something that Carmen really drills into us. And so not only is death and life is in the power of the tongue, it's also life and death in your words. Because you have the power in your tongue. You need your tongue to speak power and positive words. Therefore, you need to be careful of what you speak, because we sometimes have negative thoughts without even, just giving it any thought, without thinking. We have these negative thoughts, and without thinking, we quickly open our mouth, and the next thing you know, we done released it out of our mouth. And so take the time to shut down your negative thoughts and replace them with positive thinking. No matter how bad a day is, if you think about it, and sometimes we have to think about it long and hard, but you can always find something positive out of that situation. You are changing negative words that is not helpful to you in no way into positive words that would change your life for the better. It is important to be careful of your tongue, because your tongue can be used as a weapon to harm or destroy, or as a tool or you can use your tongue as a tool to build and heal. So you have a choice to use your tongue to harm or destroy, or a tool to build and heal. So think about what you're speaking. So think about, before speaking, what kind of impact do your words have? What kind of word, before you release it, think about it. What kind of impact is these words going to have on me today when I hear it? Working out, for some of us, this may be a new beginning for us. And for some, we've probably done it before and, fell off from doing it and hadn't done it in a while. And so it's kind of challenging at first, doing a push-up or doing a burpee, or just doing something for the 30 seconds. And you couldn't do it at first, but now in week 3, you just noticed that you did jumping jacks for 30 seconds. Or you noticed you just came up a flight of steps without losing your breath. Or you can bend over and tie your shoe, and you don't have to pick your leg up and put it on your knee to tie your shoe. Go back and think and look. So when you release this, you can say, oh, Scale, you may not be my friend this week, but this shirt is, this dress is, this 30-minute jumping jacks, burpees, or whatever it is, I could do this, I did this. So, have those moments. Speak affirmation over your life every morning, every day that you get up. What you hear, and what you speak out. Remember, it can it can be a weapon to harm and destroy, or it can be a weapon to build and heal you. So just practice speaking affirmations over your life every day. Just know that once you release something out of your mouth, you have now given it life. So why not speak positive things? Why not speak good things to make it live? Oh yeah, I want to be 150 pounds. I'm going to do this. I could do this. So just remember, you got the choice. You get to choose, and you have the power to release in the atmosphere good things, positive things, healthy things over your own life.
Hello. My name is Sheila, and I have lost 34 pounds so far. Isn't our team amazing? I mean, everybody everybody is amazing. And just watching how far everybody has come has just been phenomenal. And one of the things that I know for myself is this life and death and the power of the tongue has been huge for me. And it has changed every aspect of my life, because when I start getting into that negative thinking or thought process, I'm like, nope, I got to flip it. You got to flip it. So your mindset and how you speak to ourselves is huge. So one of the things that I used to say to myself was that exercising was too hard, or that I couldn't do that. And so now I say that I was made to do hard things. So I have a question for you guys today. So what is one thing you are currently saying to yourself, and how can you rephrase it to make it positive?
Well, since I started this program, my mind and heart have been so much more positive. And maybe the one thing would be with my workout, because that is just way beyond what I thought I could do. And so because I can hardly walk, but I know I will be walking again, I lay down on my bed, and it's a mattress and box spring on the floor with a sheet on it, and I don't sleep in it because I fall off. So I sleep in a recliner. But I guess when I first saw the exercise and these people in great shape doing it, I was amazed, but I made it through 21 days. And so I'm encouraged.
Hi, everybody. It's so cool. I see people that I recognize on here. So hi, everyone. For me, the first thing that popped in my head is the thing that I say all the time. And I realize what's that? Oh, I realize that I say it a lot, and I didn't realize until I was listening to you guys that it is quite negative. I say, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. And as I'm thinking, a way that I could spin that, because whether that's necessarily true or not, I mean, I've given birth to 4 children. I'm sure I've hiked the Grand Canyon down and up twice. But this is the best thing I've ever done, 100%. Because what's hard is spending money I don't have on food that makes me depressed, anxious, gives me panic attacks. Not to mention like the relationship that I was starting to get in with my husband. There was like a lot of strife because I'm unhappy. And I mean, I live in the country, and there has been times where I am, I kind of do this thing where I ask my husband if I can go get Taco Bell, but I give him that look like I'm not really asking, I'm telling. And, that'll just set you up for a bad night. And there was nights and nights and nights in a row where I'm doing that. So this may be a hard experience, but I'm going to stop saying that. And I'm going to realize when I'm saying this is the hardest thing I've ever done, and say, no, this is the best thing I've ever done, because I'm putting my priorities in line. And that feels amazing. So thank you for helping me realize that.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for that. So one of the things that I've been catching myself, and I even had a little breakdown, but I caught myself this week, is I'm overwhelmed. I can't do all these things. This is too much. And not even the piece of the biggest transformation, but the biggest transformation and homeschooling and running a business and all of these things. And what I am saying is I'm feeling a little pressure where can I let go of some of that pressure? What are the things I absolutely need to do? Just reevaluate, look at my priorities, take a deep breath, smell my essential oils, and just take a moment and just reevaluate. Okay, so instead of saying I'm overwhelmed, when I feel all that, say, okay, I need to reevaluate. I need to reevaluate what I need to be doing at this moment or today or this week, and what can I let go of? And even, digging deep, like you guys talked about, the thoughts and the mindset, and that's something I've been learning in business too, is I have to think about my thoughts and what I'm thinking, even not even just what I'm saying, but what I'm thinking. So this has been good. But that's my new thing, is reevaluate. What do I need to reevaluate?
This is really embarrassing to say out loud, but what we had in the dark, it needs to be brought to the light so we can get over it. I don't want to hurt my knee. I don't want to hurt my knee. I don't want to do any exercise that's going to make my knee worse. Like, my original knee injury was in 1997. Were some of y'all even born yet in 1997? I bet a couple of y'all weren't even born in 1997. And so I heard it again in 2020, and I allowed it to completely take me out of the game. And I was really conservative with everything I did in season 5. And then somewhere in the middle, I wanted to hurry up and get done with a workout that was only supposed to be 4 days a week so that I could join a new one with everybody else. And I overdid it. So a way that I can rephrase that is to just declare, little by little, in every way, I am getting stronger every day, and I can do cardio. Like, I can do it. But I'm with Jewel. Pilates kind of surprised me. Oh, with a smile. Shoot, I can do hard things. I'm with Jewel. Pilates. So I've been doing Pilates because of this hurdle I'm working at getting over. And surprisingly, I have been getting my heart rate up, and I have sore muscles, and I feel really good. So I'm going to stick with that and keep trying over and over again, right? Like, I'm going to do, like, I did cardio again today. I didn't finish the workout. I added on something else. But little by little, in every way, I'm getting stronger every day, and I can do cardio.
Hi, so I'm Jennifer Strickland. I'm originally from season 4. So I only just realized yesterday, like, even as an alumni, we still find we catch ourselves thinking the wrong things, and it's going to be a lifelong journey of growth, right? And so one of the things that I realized only recently, because my weight wasn't going the way it should go, didn't seem to, and I realized that I have been operating in fear and helplessness. And my fear is that, being an alumni and we're coming back, we only have 12 weeks with Carmen. And we had 6 months, which sounds so much longer, in the first season. And so it's been like, hurry, we have to accomplish everything now, because what happens when we lose Carmen? We're not going to be, I feel like I can't operate without her now, because during the last couple of months, I got off track. I changed my priorities, and I realized all of this in thinking through this, like, okay, no, this is because I changed my priorities, and that's why that happened. And now I'm getting a second chance here to help me get on board. And I recognize that as being a problem. So, so the fear was like, I won't be able to do this afterwards. I won't be able to do this alone. And I'm afraid I'm going to be out of control. So all of these things I didn't realize were kind of subconsciously working until I was able to spell them out today. And so I started speaking some positive affirmations over that. First of all, allowing the plan to work, like allowing your body to go through the process. It's doing what it's supposed to do as long as we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And so then, whatever the scale says, is if you've been on track, then it's the right thing. It's good. So learning from past mistakes is super important. So whenever we get off track, instead of beating ourselves up, then we're making those positive choices, like, okay, that happened and here's how we're doing it now. So now I can say, no, I am making the right decisions. I am choosing my health first, and I'm making this path a priority, and I will be able to succeed. And Carmen's on YouTube anyway, so.
But one of the things that I have been reframing in my mind is being in a place of comfort with the weight loss that I've achieved, right? So all of us have been, either you guys being in your second 12 weeks with Carmen, or the alumni being in multiple, months of learning the Beachbody process and losing weight, and reaching a point of comfort with your success. And so for me, it's reframing the current state of where you are and not comparing yourself to that person who you were and saying, oh, well, I used to work out 2 days a week, so now I'm working out 6 days a week, so I'm good. Or I used to be in a size 16, 18, whatever it was. Now I'm in a size 10. So I'm killing it. I'm good, but I'm still not at my goal. So it's reframing mentally and not comparing. This is what I've been working on personally, not comparing myself to who I was, but comparing myself to who I'm becoming, because I still have a long journey to go. And so for me, it's reframing that from a mindset perspective, because I can't compare myself to who I was when I was fluffy. I have to compare myself to the healthy, athletic, fit mom that I'm becoming. So
This 12 weeks, I've been really doing a lot of self-examination of the things that I need to work on and the areas that I need breakthrough. And that we're, I think, 3 weeks in, and the areas so far are, one is the scale. So my new philosophy is, no matter what, if the scale moves, this is how I eat now. So that's what I tell myself. So if the scale is not moving, it's not going to determine whether I'm going to eat off or on plan. Like, this is how I eat. Sorry, I got a little distracted because Heather's asking questions when I'm trying to talk. So, and then another thing too is I'm completely removing from my mind, this is a 12-week program. So when that thought crosses my mind, I'm like, up and out. This is a lifestyle change for me. Because what happened to me is I got done with my season, the 6 months, and I started going backwards for like 2 months and, put on 13 pounds. And so I've really been doing a lot of thinking about that, is like, the mindset is everything. So I really appreciate what Dan says. And I'm somebody who's had a long history and struggle with food. And so I'm really taking old scripts and saying, no, this is how you eat now. This is a lifestyle change. And one of the behaviors that has always tripped me up in my life is just give yourself an off day. Just eat whatever the bleep you want and get back tomorrow. That's been in my brain for like years. And so now I'm like, now I tell myself when that comes up, oh no, that's a behavior I don't live with anymore. No, we don't do that anymore, And so even today I had a planned treat, and when I woke up, I was like, oh, it's here. Like, when you're waiting for it, the day seems so long, but then when it's here, it's like, oh, it's here. So then I took like a moment of silence, probably for like 2 hours, like, okay. And then when I had it, I'm so used to creating habits and routines that I was kind of frustrated today. I'm like, that treat like interrupted my schedule and my routine. Like, I don't know when to throw my carb in now or my protein, and my body's used to this habit. And so that's something I'm going to rethink, is even with my treat, like, I'm not going to let it trip me up. And so I guess I know that's a lot, but that's just kind of where I'm at, that this 12 weeks that I am in, I'm taking it really serious. Like, I also wrote what Dan said, life and death is in the power of the tongue. But for me right now, life and death is in the power of my mind. And me and my mindset, we're going at it.
I can relate with Paula a lot with the mindset thing. My words, I really changed that around a lot the first time I went through with Carmen, and I really think about what I'm going to say. And even this week, I caught myself like being kind of upset at my husband, and because he wants all these sweets and stuff. And I have to like stop myself and think about what I'm saying and kind of turn it around. So either I like hold my tongue and don't say anything, or just ask about it and not criticize about it. But also to, since my season ended, the mindset really shifted. A lot of things triggered me up. Family things, death, all kinds of things. And I gained a lot of my weight back, all of it actually. So this is my second chance that I have really dug in and tried to find out what it is in the mindset that has been tripping me up. And I have like pages of notes that I've been doing, really digging into reasons why. I did a lot more work today. So getting down to, I have a lot of struggle with sleep and a lot of struggle with cravings. And I did research on cravings today, and it's crazy to see what causes that. And a lot of it leads back to the lack of sleep. So it's switching that mindset really from the negative thinking to, why is this happening to me, to figuring it out and pushing forward in a positive way is really where I'm at right now. So
I think the thing that I'm struggling with right now, or things I've been saying negative in myself, is surrounded by our weigh-ins on Monday. I've caught myself these last 2 weeks preparing myself for failure verbally on Sunday nights and saying and questioning if my efforts are enough, and feeling like I'm failing because I'm not able to accomplish everything in the way that I think people expect me to do so. And 2 weeks in a row, I've surprised myself where I've lost weight. And of course I've lost weight because I've done all the things throughout the week to lose weight. And while, yes, it's been a struggle, and it's not been perfect and it's not been flawless, I still find myself like faulting myself for that and giving myself a hard time, and beating myself up about it. All the things that I didn't do that are going to contribute to my negative result, even though, yes, you didn't do XYZ perfectly, but what you did was you still were perfect enough in the circumstances you can control. And so my challenge, I haven't even told my group this, I was going to come on earlier, and then today I've been crazy too, but my challenge to myself this week is to just be okay with being enough. And forgiving myself for not just saying I forgive myself, but forgiving myself for the things that I cannot control, and accept the fact that I am doing the absolute best that I can do based on the circumstances that are in my life as a mother, as a daughter, as a business owner, as an employee, as all the things. Like, what I'm doing is enough. And while maybe I might not meet my high expectations or anyone else's high expectations, it is enough. And so I think, but it's like I said, it's a cycle of complete negative self-talk leading up to Sunday night when I go to bed and I'm feeling so bad, and it just has to stop. So that's my thing. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one here that beats themselves up on Sunday nights before a weigh-in.
Off of what Adesua said, coming into this program, I'm pregnant, so I'm 28 weeks pregnant now. I think I fight with myself a lot, and try not to compare myself, not only to myself, but to others. Because I'm pregnant, I have a thought process of oh, I'm going to be behind. I'm going to be behind. But to me, I'm just why do you think that you're going to be behind? Because you started this process for yourself. You didn't start it for anybody else. It's for yourself and for your family to be healthy. Because my last pregnancy, I did have some complications, especially with gestational diabetes, and then having pregnancies back to back. That also adds, kind of another element to it. So in my head, I'm like, well, no, you're not, this is for you. It's not for anybody else. You're not behind. You're doing everything that you need to do. You just need to trust the process. And yes, because you're pregnant, it might, I'm going to be growing these next few weeks, especially the third trimester is where typically women gain weight the most because the baby is growing. And I had to look at myself this weekend and be like, you know what? You're doing good. It fluctuates every single day. Your weight fluctuates every single day. And that could be for a multitude of reasons. Do not beat yourself up. Like, you're doing good. You're doing fine. Like, I went to a quinceañera on Saturday. I was dancing. Like, I had a non-scale victory, and I wanted to share it with my mentors today, but today was quite a busy day for me in the morning, in the afternoon as well. So I wanted to share it with my mentors, but when I put on my uniform today, it was slipping off. My pants were slipping. I was like, oh my gosh, what? Like, I wear maternity pants, so they're little, it looks like a little potato pouch over my belly. But in the thigh areas where I really noticed the most progress, it was loose. I was like, wow, okay. And I know my mentors sent me a polo last week with Chandra and then Tawana. They were sharing their progress just from the back. And I know Chandra and Tawana both said, like, take those non-scale victories. You might not see the change in the scale, but you'll physically see the change in other ways. And so I have to remind myself that every single day. It's a battle. It's a battle right now, because I think as women, we're kind of conditioned, like, when you're pregnant, you're eating for two. When you're pregnant, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I'm going to have a fit and I'm going to have a healthy pregnancy. And that's all that matters.
So I'd have to say that my biggest thing is actually self-doubt, especially in the program, because I get up in the mornings and I think, okay, I don't have all that much trust in thinking that these containers are going to work. Is this really going to work? And so I kind of move forward of thinking, I wonder if I eat this much, should I really do that? And then poor Allison, when the scale doesn't move, it just freaks you out. And I just think, oh my gosh, am I doing this right? And I just have to really have faith in, everyone keeps saying this program works, believe this program works. And I do, and I'm seeing changes. And, my sister-in-law came over and she's like, wow, you look a little different. What's going on? So I'm thinking, okay, it's working, but I still every day have that doubt of, am I doing this right? Every day I question, am I doing this right? And I tend to have this negative voice saying, no, you should be doing something different, or, instead of maybe making the recipe, should I stick to the container? So it's always questioning myself of, am I doing it right? And then if I'm telling you, if that scale doesn't move, it just ruins my day. And this conversation we had is so good about positive talk, because honestly, I'm seeing it in clothes in so many other ways. And it's not even just the food. I'm working out and I'm swimming again and I'm cross country skiing and doing these things that I've been wanting to do for so long, and I feel good doing them. So it's also, I don't know, it's the energy level I'm getting back that I didn't have before, but I just got to get out of my head, I think, and stop all the negativity. And that conversation earlier was very helpful. So
boy, I can really relate to a lot of what everyone said. But I think my biggest challenge is I'm drinking a lot of water, and can I keep this up? And I have to remind myself that, yeah, I need to be drinking this much water to stay healthy, and I want a healthy lifestyle. So that's one. I have quite a few. I was doing the Pilates workout, and I did it many years ago. It was much easier then. So they were kind of hard, but and I tried to tell myself, no, I can't do it. But I flipped that, and I said, no, do the best you can. You know, I'm not going to be like the instructor and do all the poses correctly, but just do your best. And I gotta say, the photos is probably a big self-talk to me. Yeah, you see the scale go down, but the photos aren't changing. So I just have to remind myself to be patient. I didn't get this way overnight. I'm not going to see the results overnight, even though I'm feeling it in my clothes. And, my pants are getting a little bit looser. And then stress. I've have a lot of personal stress going on right now. And I need to really flip that to, I've dealt with hard things before. We're going to get through it. So those are kind of my flip in the script.
I think that's everybody. And so thank you guys for, just your honesty. And gosh, I'm learning from you guys as I'm sitting here listening to you all, and so many takeaways from all of this. But, I think Kim G put in the comments, but we're doing, several of us in season 6 are doing 80-day obsession right now. And one of my most favorite things that our trainer Autumn has said is, it's a tough road, but it's a beautiful destination. And that has just really resonated with me because, you have to remind yourself of those things mentally. You have to speak those things to yourself physically. And sometimes when I'm trying to grit through, a workout, like I feel so awkward at first saying it, but then I'll just say it to myself, come on, Allison, you can do it. And it might be amidst a grunt or something like that, but it's just whatever you got to do to get through it, And so anyway, as you guys head into the next week, think about, some of these things that we've talked about tonight, and how, what we're saying to ourselves mentally and physically is controlling so much of what we do. And I know you all have heard Carmen say, our brain does not know the difference between a truth and a lie. I'd never heard anybody say that, but it's so true. You can, and it's kind of like how they say, fake it till you make it. Like, you can convince yourself of some stuff, and so we can do hard things, and we can make ourselves believe we can do hard things, but we've got to be willing to talk that to ourselves, to speak that to ourselves. And so as we go into the next week, just remind yourself of that and how you can use that to just push you even further into the next week.